YouTube. Hello, YouTube. We did it. We did it. Anyone else hearing Dora in your head? Actually,
No.
Jesus did it. God did it. We are here thanks to God. Nothing else.
Hello,
I didn't get
YouTube.
out of
We did
YouTube
it.
fast enough. Okay, I got distracted dancing. Nothing new really except toggled off, toggled on setting and tried to go into YouTube to do the same thing and then it looked different. So
In Zoom?
I toggled it off in Zoom settings, and then I just was like, toggled it off, save, toggled it on, save, went to YouTube, and it popped me into a different area somehow. I
Yay.
don't know,
So
God,
that's how
God,
you go live on YouTube, guys. Toggle on and off.
toggle it on and off. But we still would love to reach 50 subscribers by the end of the week. Are we going week?
Yes.
Month? End of the
Yes.
week. So share it forward. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors' kids, tell your kids to tell their friends. Everybody needs this. The real missing piece is for everyone. And today we are going to get right to it. Peace over or not presence, peace in presence. Peace over performance. Oh my gosh, all the peas. And I was talking about other peas with my family earlier. Pig and pudding. All the peas. Banana pudding. So we have a whole family deal coming up with an idea of a food stop. So stay tuned. But today we want to, this is our Walk with Jesus call. So on this, we want to lean into Jesus, what he says, what he teaches, what he exemplifies, and so we were kind of brainstorming a little bit earlier. And Cheryl, do you want to like share what you were saying about peace then?
I don't remember now. I told you that I would forget. Um,
Look at
but
you doing what you said you would do.
I know. Peace, peace to me before. I used to, when I was little, I used to write peace, love, and happiness. You
Yes.
know, like as a signature because I had pen pals before because one of
Yes.
my schoolmates moved away. And I would always remember peace, love, and happiness. And I think even in, sorry, this is so random. In our, is our Constitution, the pursuit of happiness,
Yes.
um, like we pursue happiness daily and we say we want to chase joy and chase all these things, but like ultimately we just want to feel peace in our heart so that we're not constantly chasing something, right?
Yes. Ooh.
um what ooh what
I'm writing that down. Sorry.
Okay.
Peace in our heart so we're not constantly chasing something.
Yeah, because if we're constantly chasing something, which a performance feels like, the peace won't be there. So I think, and then performance to me, I think it was the definition of peace and performance, probably. Um, Performance to me, I used to perform for my family, for mostly my family. And we were like, we, me and my cousins, we danced because we went to a school where we learned to dance. It was like basically Glee, so like a musical theater school. And so we always dance. And they're like, "Can you dance for my wedding? Can you dance for?" And so we're straight up dancing at weddings, like being the performers. Um, and in the Filipino culture, like you dance and sing and do all that to show your love or like giving back to the people that you're performing for. So I know what performance feels like because we had to perform a lot. I had always a smile on my face, and if I didn't have a smile, it didn't, or if, yeah, no matter what, like even if you're feeling pain, if you're feeling anything, you had to have a smile on your face. Even if you're doing 100 push-ups, you had to have it with a smile on your face. So it's like that felt like a performance all in all. But like bringing it to today, this week has brought to question my performance as a mother.
Mm.
And so I would love to walk with Jesus in those moments.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. And we were kind of talking a little bit about that before, and I definitely feel like in the last, oh, 3, 4 years, I've been doing that more in the motherly role, and it has totally changed my relationships with my children and my peace. Like, we were talking about this a little bit on the Bible study, I think. Yeah, where I realized like how peaceful life had been. Like, didn't mean it wasn't still busy, doesn't mean it's not still like trying, but there's just a like Jesus peace is what Cheryl had said earlier. It was like Jesus peace is in, and we were talking about it, is like in presence with him. So it's interesting to come to know this, like, and realize, and where we've come to know it, you guys, is Bible. Like, I have two, one here, one here. Okay. Bible, like, just being willing to make the time to put him first, to see what he says, to consult him. And Cheryl used to be big, and I too, I loved words and I love definitions, and big definition person. And then we were like, let's see what Jesus says or what the Bible says about this. And so starting to consult that is like where you start the transition, I think. But getting just real, like open and honest, like, okay, what am I feeling like I have to earn? With God, we don't have to earn anything. You literally receive just because you exist. But peace is in him. Actually, I want to read the Isaiah one. Do you remember what verse that was from yesterday? Perfect peace. Is it 26?
I don't know. You went so fast yesterday. I don't.
I'm
It went
sorry.
past me.
Say something next time.
Well, you weren't reading the chat.
It's 26:3. Well, I can't always read it when I'm reading my notes.
I love you.
That's all right. Unmute next time.
I was eating.
I know. She's like, okay, 26:3. That's what it is. Isaiah 26:3. This verse, actually, when I think of peace from God, from Jesus, this is the verse, even though it's not said by Jesus. It's said before Jesus. It's what I think of when I think of peace. And it says, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. And then the next one says, trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord himself is the rock eternal. And that's your foundation. The foundation of peace is keeping your mind on him, keeping your eyes on him, just like Peter in the boat, when the disciples are in the boat and the storm is raging and then Jesus is walking on water, Peter puts his eyes on Jesus and walks on water too. And so if we keep our eyes on him, he is the Prince of Peace. He's perfect peace. Like, he's the only one who can give you perfect peace. And so to me, going back to John 16:33, John 16:33, and I just went literally to one page and then to the other one and back to the first one. It says, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. I have told you these things so that you may have peace. Okay? So everything Jesus tells us is a guide to peace. If we will hear and obey what he says, his actions, and we just kind of make that our vision for life. Our life mission is to imitate Jesus as much as we can, then we will live in peace. And it says, in the world you will have trouble. You're going to have trouble. You're going to have trials, and you're going to have tribulations. They're coming on purpose to shape you, to give you ideas, to show you areas of growth. And here's the difference. Even today in my marriage was not the best day. I love you, babe. Might not have responded in the most appropriate ways after a conversation earlier. But Even in those times when you're trying to grow and your eyes are still on him and your heart is still tuned in with him, to me, that's what it says is like, even though the trials are coming, it doesn't seem logical for your body to still be like at peace. But I was telling Cheryl, even in like talking about it, I know I sound heated, but my physical body, this is where I can see growth is I feel like I'm not in fight or flight, like I'm not dysregulated in my body right now. It's my logic, my brain, my mind, that side of me that was trying to like, what's going on? Like, where does God take me with this? And that's also another thing that I think is guaranteed when you start journeying with Jesus for that like gift of peace, all the fruits of the spirit. And a gift of peace is going to be one of them. But oh, come back to me. Gift of peace, journeying with Jesus. Lost it. Did you want to say anything while it's coming back to me?
When you're just bringing that up, I think the logic part comes from the world. And then we're like trying to find evidence in our head, but this tells me this and this tells me that. Like, and I think that's a similar thing as a mom right now in the middle of summer when everyone's asking me, what are you going to do in the fall? What are you signing up for? Do you want to be on my team? Like all these different things. And I'm like, I don't want to do it again. And I don't want to like make decisions based on performance, based on like, I was like, I just want more time with my family and for us to be more like connected and not necessarily going to like every single thing every single day. And so just not having that performance piece of having something on your calendar every day and like making decisions based on not performance, but peace. Like, is
Yes.
this giving my family more peace or is it performing for other people and not necessarily my family?
Yeah. Yep. And that came to me. It's like in those moments, like you're in that moment right now with like the pressure from your friends and everybody, and like, and even your old self is like in there, like, but this is what we've always done. And you're like, yeah, but this is what we're doing now. You go to him first. That's where I was going to say, like, when you start journeying with him, you don't want to, even in that moment, message my husband afterwards, like, okay, God, help me to see where you're leading me right now. Like, I'll own my peace and I will try to improve with your help, obviously, but like you go to him first. And that's where you unlock peace is in presence. It's like you're not trying to go do another thing, add another checkbox for yourself to do it. And the cool thing that I've also noticed is that once you start going to him first and you put presence first, it's almost like, and Cheryl, you can tell me if you've had a different experience, but it's almost like that whole to-do list that you used to have and you used to feel all these angst and pressure and all this stuff about, it's like it gets done, it still gets done, and it's way easier and it's way simpler. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, why didn't I do this sooner? That's the only regret is like, why didn't I do this sooner? But it's all
Yeah.
the perfect timing, obviously. But
Yeah. I guess I used to be a to-do. I don't know, remember now. If I was a to-do list person, but I think I remember answering a question in our interview saying that I'm a list person, and now I'm not. Now I'm not a list person. I will dump everything, but it's not necessarily like a to-do list, but it's just to get out of my brain and to know that it's still there, but not forgotten. But it doesn't tell me like I have to do this at a certain time because it
right.
usually gets done. Like I have, we have all of us have a lot of laundry to do. And it gets done, but doesn't necessarily get done at like the times that I never don't really put time on laundry, nor I put time on dishes. So like those are things that I'm in that season. There's no time on laundry or dishes. Just time on like making sure everyone gets fed, making sure everyone gets relaxing time, making sure those are like my more to-dos versus like the dishes getting done or the laundry getting done. Even like a car wash. I have a car wash membership and I just go whenever because and it's not like this is my daily car wash. Like I don't do that. Like I
I've been
just
twice
go.
already this week. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
So
it again because I can.
yeah. I go like 3 times a week. So it's just like there's things that get done, but I think it's also what's I've been reminded of is seasons of life. This season, yes, there's a lot of things going on, so there's things that get done at different times. And like when my kids are not going to be here, they then I'll have so much time to do all these other things that I would want to do, or I'll find things to do. So I think it's also your peace is based on the season that you are in versus performance. I just kind of like now that's a bad word for me.
Yeah. To me, it's like not about, it is a bad word, but it's like, but I do believe, let's challenge that. I do believe that God still calls us to do things. So to me, it's not like a performance, but we still have to perform, right? Like we're still called to take action on things and to perform like in a way of like get something done, work, right? Versus like doing the work because I want to achieve X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, I'm doing this because it's what I'm called to do and like I'm walking it out with God. So I don't know that I'd necessarily deem that performance though. It really is just faithful actions is what I
Yeah.
call it, you know, like, but I could see if somebody's like, well, yeah, but you're still doing things. I'm like, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we're not
So
meant to sit on our booties.
no, and we're not meant to like sit and wait for God either. Like, oh,
Yeah.
come on, he's coming. He's coming. No, he wants us to work with him, walk with him, to partner with him. So this is, if you're on YouTube, this is your call to presence, and that is going to help you unlock peace in your life and unsurpassing peace. Like you will not even, it might not make sense to anybody else's understandings. It might not even make sense to your own understanding. Let's get real. It's probably not going to make sense to your own understanding either. You're like, why am I so peaceful right now? Like, I should be more heated. I should be, like just because of past experiences. But that's cool. That's like a great gift that we get to unlock with Jesus. So if this blessed you, let us know in the comments, share it forward, hit the subscribe, turn on all notifications, and we will see you next time backstage.